Uh, we want to create a database that can manage books in a library. The first step is obviously plan. Part of the planning process involves the design of database table. In this case, we'll start from book. We'll create a simple book table. As we know, we need to let the database know what fields we want to include in the book table. In this case, we want to have barcode, title, author, publication date, and if the book is unknown or not. And to design the fields, we need to tell the database its data type, its field size, is it required, is it indexed, what's going to be the display format for the data included in those fields. Is there any input mask or validation rules applied to those fields? For example, for barcode, we want to use auto number. Auto number is a number automatically generated by a database system. The database system will guarantee its uniqueness. We cannot decide field size for auto number because auto number has default field size to be long integer. It holds very, very large numbers. Because barcode is a primary key, as you can see, it's underlined. It's a primary key. So the barcode field is required, and we cannot enter an empty string for barcode or an empty number for barcode. It has to have a long zero length. By default, primary key is always indexed, so index is yes. For title, we set the data type to be text, and the length would be 100 characters. We require title to have a data entered, so every book have a title. It doesn't have to be indexed because title is a long string, and indexing on long string is not very effective. But this is solely depends on your knowledge of your user. If your user typically search on title fields, you want to make it indexed. This format tag actually make any characters entered in the title fields be capitalized. So the greater sign will make all the letters capitalized. Format in general tells the database how to display the data that the user entered. In this case, there's no input mask, no validation rule. And similarly for author, in this case, the format of author will make the author names capitalized, and it will enter a default value unknown if no value is entered for author. And it will also make the unknown red. So you can look at the unknown authors very clearly in your table once the data is entered. Publication date, we choose to make a date time, a data type. We could also use numbers for publication date. In this case, we wanted to display only the year, not the whole month and day in the publication date field. The input mask, in this case, we provide here to inform the user that to input publication date, you need to enter 2 digits for day, 3 letters for month, and the last 2 digits for year. This will keep the data entered in this database consistent. The user will not use any other type of double-digit number, and double-digit number format. The database system will refuse to take that kind of value. Lastly, validation rule tells the publication date has to be no later than in future 6 months. Date is a function that provides the current date, so today's date. Unknown is a yes-no field, and so it's yes or no. It's required and indexed. Next, we will input this book table into Access.